Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series. And today we're going to be looking at the hustle culture and why you really do not want to be involved in this culture. Now, for those of you who don't know, the hustle culture is basically all about work, 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 work. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Don't let up. Now, if you were a machine, this would actually be possible. The thing is, you're not a machine. You are a human being and you have emotions. You have physical tiredness. You have mental tiredness. And all these things are going to hit you. And the problem is you don't know when they're going to hit you. You do not know, for example, when you go to bed tonight, that you're going to have a beautifully gorgeous 7 to 8 hours of sleep. You're going to wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and alive and ready to hit the world. Yeah, maybe that happens some days, but it isn't going to happen every day. And this is the key reason why hustle culture doesn't work, because you are not able to keep push. You are going to break down at some point. Now, not necessarily mental breakdown, but you are just going to exhaust yourself. But there is a better way. And a better way of doing this is to start realizing that you can work with your body. Now, I think one of the problems with the productivity world is we tend to look at our task lists and our calendars and our projects and think in terms of what we want to get accomplished in a day. Now, the trouble is we're not sure how we're going to feel on a day. I don't know if I'm going to be catching a cold until the cold starts presenting itself. I don't know if I'm going to sleep well tonight. There's a lot of factors that's going to affect my energy levels. And just like a Formula One racing car, you don't go from lights out when the race starts to the finish line at 100% maximum speed. It's impossible. You'd run out of fuel, the engine would overheat, the tires would overheat and degrade. There's so many factors involved in Formula One. If you've never watched a Formula One race, you probably just think it's cars going round and round a circuit. Well, true, that's what's happening, but they have to measure and balance their effort throughout the race in order to get the most out of the tires, the most efficiency out of the engine, and to conserve their fuel so they can go from the start to the finish without running out of fuel. Well, as human beings, we are very, very similar to that. We cannot start the day at 6 o'clock in the morning and go 100% all the way through to the end of the day with the same levels of energy and intensity. We just don't work like that. And there's no point in thinking you can hack it so that you do get to there. So what I'm suggesting is, rather than looking at your task list as a thing that must be done today, look at it in terms of what you want to get accomplished in the week. Now, this is where the weekly planning comes in handy, because you can look, it's your time when you're doing the weekly planning to step back and look at what's on your plate and to be able to prioritize what needs to get accomplished next week. Now, this is something that I've been doing for a very, very long time. I do feel tired just like most other people, and I do try to do as much as I can at the beginning of the week so that I can have an easier road to the end of the week. But it doesn't always work like that. I can often have a Monday where I feel just exhausted. And when that happens, all I need to do is open up my task manager, look at what I think I can do today, and just redistribute some of those more important tasks to perhaps later in the week. The only thing that matters to me is not necessarily what I get done today, but when I do the next weekly planning session, which I do on a Saturday, I can look at that and say, yep, I got the most important things done. Now, of course, there's a lot of other factors in play here. When you start the week, you don't know what's going to be coming at you. There's a lot of unknowns. You get people sending you emails which can completely torpedo your whole week. You can also suddenly discover that projects that you thought had to be completed that week don't now need to be done, or they've been cancelled or postponed. Things change. And so the reason why we're using task managers and calendars to decide what work we're going to do is because things are going to change and we can move things around, which is why the daily planning is very important. Now, just to give you an example, yesterday I had a great day. I had a good night's sleep on Thursday, I guess, and I got a lot done. But I do remember this week on Tuesday, I really was just absolutely exhausted. I didn't sleep particularly well on Monday night and I just felt exhausted. All I needed to do was open up my task manager. I think it was around about lunchtime. I thought, right, that's it. I have no energy to get through any more big tasks for today. And all I did was say, look at what was on that list and just redistributed some of those tasks to another day. And that meant that I could just take the rest of Tuesday easier. It's a little bit, if you're familiar with the Formula One terms, I just lifted and coasted for the day. When you lift and coast in a Formula One race, it means you back off to allow the engine to conserve fuel. There's a few other terms which push. Now, pushing means go flat out, and you are going to have days where you feel great. Those are the days where you push yourself through to get through because you feel great. You've got the energy, you've got the focus. Take advantage of that. But the only problem is being human is we cannot plan for that. We don't know when we're going to feel good and we don't know when we're going to feel bad. But listening to your body is one of the best things you can do if you want to become more productive. Now, I know probably in the comments people are going to say, I feel tired all the time. Well, that's something that you need to look at. If you're feeling tired all the time, it could be that your sleep is screwed up and you need to get that sorted out. Get your sleep sorted out first. It could be that your diet is just a complete disaster zone. You're eating too many sugars, too many carbohydrates, and not getting enough of the right foods. Look at your diet if you're sleeping well. It could also mean that you're stuck in one place for 8 or 9 hours a day. You know, sitting at a desk 8 or 9 hours a day is not conducive to being productive. You need to be moving around. One of the tricks I have is I do some cleaning in the office. I'll clean the kitchen area, I'll wipe down my desk, I'll vacuum the office. And just moving will enable you to get the blood flowing again. It gets your eyes away from a screen, and then you can come back and you probably find that your energy levels have gone up. There's a lot of different little hacks, and if you want to learn more about that, I've done a couple of podcast episodes and a few blog posts on what you can do if you're feeling tired all the time. Feeling tired all the time is not normal. It's not right, and you need to get that fixed. You don't necessarily need to go off and see a doctor about it, although perhaps that might be one of the options. I would first start looking at your sleep, looking at what you're eating, and looking to see if you're getting enough movement in the day. The three, what I call unsung heroes of productivity: sleep, diet, and movement. Get those three right. If you've got those in balance, you are going to have more energy in the day. But just remember, you are not a machine. You can do a lot of work, but not necessarily every single day. So it's basically what you want to be doing is, what do you want to get accomplished this week? Focus on that. And if you're having a bad day, that gives you the freedom to push things off to another day, and then you can focus on getting your energy levels back, which means having a good meal, having a healthy meal, getting some movement, going out for a walk, and focusing on getting your sleep right. Get those three things right, and you will have plenty of energy the next day to get that work that you weren't able to do that day on another day. Well, I hope that's helped. I hope that's really helped. But please don't believe that in this hustle culture thing. It doesn't work. It just leaves you to be exhausted, which means you make more mistakes and you hate what you're doing. What you want to be doing is loving what you're doing. And the best way to do that is to make sure you're feeling right, you've got the right energy levels, and you're focused on the objectives that you want to get accomplished that week. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.